Today I'm gonna break down a Turkish horror film for you called Dabbe, The Curse of the Jinn. It kicks off with an audio recording where an investigative officer is pressing a doctor. Why did you never tell anybody about what happened on August 16, 1986? The doctor answers that it's the Kibler village case, every single person there died. He mentions his colleague, Dr. Ebru, had been in the village just days earlier and filmed everything on her camera. He tells the officer, head to the university, grab that footage, and watch it yourself, then ends the call. And with that, the real movie Dabbe, The Curse of the Jinn starts. The opening scene is inside a house where Dr. Ebru is filming an exorcism. The guy performing it is Farouk Akat, a hoka who specializes in casting out jinn. Ebru is there representing her university to study paranormal stuff. As Farouk recites Quranic verses, the jinn begins hurting the possessed girl, but in the end Farouk forces it out. Some weird black stuff comes out of the girl's mouth, clear evidence that black magic had been used on her. But even after witnessing everything firsthand, the super skeptical Dr. Ebru still isn't convinced. She tells Farouk, I'll only believe you if you can heal my cousin who lives close to Kibler village. So the two of them head out toward the village. Since Ebru hasn't visited in years, she gets lost. While driving through a completely deserted stretch, they suddenly hear a woman crying. Out of nowhere a red-eyed creature attacks the car, but they somehow manage to get away. A bit further on, they pull over again because it's time for prayer. There they discover a creepy cave with strange noises coming from inside. On the ground there's a circle made of bones with an eye drawn in the middle, and right opposite stands a tree loaded with black magic objects. The number 7175 is carved on that tree. You'll find out what it really means at the very end. After lingering there a few moments, Ebru starts feeling sick from the awful stench coming from the spot. They drive off and continue the trip. Along the way they run into a goat herder, ask for directions, and a little later spot the exact same guy walking ahead of them with a black goat. Eventually they arrive at the house. A woman named Refika and her daughter Isra welcome them. Farouk immediately starts checking the whole property. Inside they meet Fatima, Refika's sister-in-law, who clearly isn't thrilled they're there. The group heads out to eat at a nearby place, where Refika finally explains why they actually came, her daughter Kubra. She shows them Kubra's wedding video. At first everything looks normal, then all of a sudden Kubra acts weird, her eyes change, she walks to the kitchen, grabs a knife, and murders her husband while repeating strange words in the language of Jinn. Farouk reveals those words are the same language Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, used when he spoke to Satan in the desert. And the number she kept saying was none other than 7175, the same one on the black magic tree. Isra mentions that one night she found Kubra sleepwalking straight to that tree. When Farouk looks up at the main house from outside, he catches Kubra staring down at everyone through a window. Finally they meet Kubra in person. When asked about her wedding day, she says a female voice kept telling her, kill him. About the night at the tree she describes feeling trapped inside a coffin, unable to breathe, dying, coming back to life, and having an eye appear on her forehead. Later Farouk asks Refika about Kubra's father. She says he died the same day Kubra was born. Refika had covered the house with evil eye symbols thinking they'd protect the family, in reality they were inviting the jinn inside. Farouk rips every single one down and tosses them outside. He tells Ebru, we need to begin the exorcism immediately, the jinn isn't going anywhere just because we showed up. They go into Kubra's room. Farouk puts sacred ITR, perfume, on her hands and tells her to smell it. The second she does, the entire bed starts shaking like crazy, everything in the room crashes down. Farouk throws a black cloth over her and starts reciting Quran. The jinn writes a bloody word on Farouk's hand, mirror. Farouk asks the family about a room containing only 2 mirrors. That same night the jinn possesses Kubra again. She stands in front of the mirror, walks to her sister's room, stares silently, then stands in the hallway right in front of the camera pulling terrifying faces and laughing. Farouk wakes up feeling the presence but can't see anything. The camera, however, catches a shadow passing by. The next day Farouk begins the exorcism in a mirror room while Ebru films. He dares the jinn to show itself. The whole room lights up, the jinn appears behind Ebru. When asked why it's targeting Kubra, it draws symbols on the floor and both mirrors shatter. Those symbols stand for toilet spell, the most dangerous type of black magic, also known as death spell. Farouk smashes the toilet in the courtyard and discovers horrific black magic objects, including 2 paper dolls bearing Kubra's parents' names. He figures out the spell was cast on Kubra while she was still in the womb. The Jinn would fully take her body once she turned 23. And the night before the wedding she had just hit 23. Suddenly Kubra shows up screaming, totally possessed. Ebru loses it with Farouk because nothing has improved. They attempt another exorcism in the backyard. This time a witch-type female Jinn appears behind a horse. Farouk asks her name, she answers Ser. When asked why she wants Kubra, she replies, an eye for an eye. Farouk threatens her using the authority Prophet Solomon had over Jinn. Ser, speaking through Kubra, says, tell your lord I'm not scared of him. Farouk begins burning all the black magic items. Kubra screams in agony, but after a while silence falls, the Jinn appears to be gone and Kubra seems better. That night while Ebru is recording, her camera suddenly drops as if something slammed into her. Later Kubra, fully possessed once more and wearing her blood-soaked wedding dress, attacks and wounds her Aunt Fatima while chanting 7175, then bolts toward the black magic tree. Farouk and Ebru race there. The possessed Kubra tells Farouk, you can't kill me. Kill me 1,000 times and I'll return 1,000 times. She's about to take her own life when Farouk stops her. They rush her to the hospital. The following morning when Fatima comes back, she finally spills the truth. The day Kubra was born, her father tried to strangle the newborn, shouting, this is the devil's child. Fatima pushed him, he fell, black foam poured from his mouth, and with his dying breath he uttered just one word, Ser. Fatima also admits her brother, Kubra's dad, got rich overnight and never explained how. Farouk realizes both Ebru's father and Kubra's father had made a deal with Ser, a Jinn from the powerful Sachla clan that can live inside human bodies, to locate buried treasure. Once they got the gold, they betrayed Ser and buried her alive under that tree. That's why the curse passed to their daughters, pure revenge. They head to the abandoned Kibler village where 7175 is scrawled on every wall. The only person left is an old man named Ilyas, the same goat herder from earlier. Turns out his wife Sarah was actually a benevolent Jinn. Ilyas lays out the whole story. Villagers had accepted money from the cursed gold, so the entire village was punished. Babies were born deformed, and eventually every resident took their own life. That's why the place is a ghost town now. Farouk asks Zara, the Jinn wife, for help. She shows him visions and he nearly passes out. They realize they dug up Sarah while she was still alive. If you unearth an innocent Jinn that was already dead and rebury it properly, the curse lifts. But if you unearth one buried alive, the curse becomes 10 times stronger. Guess which one they just did? Everything spirals out of control. Sarah and her clan now decide they want Ebru's body instead of Kubra's, same age requirement. Refika and Isra, who had secretly been on the Jinn side the whole time, knock Ebru out, perform the body transfer ritual, and bury her alive in a coffin crawling with snakes. Sarah successfully takes over Ebru. Farouk gets thrown into a well and almost dies, but locals pull him out the next day, battered but breathing. In the end Refika, Isra, and the real, now freed, Kubra sell everything and vanish without a trace. Neither the university nor Ebru's parents ever release a statement about her disappearance. And that's the film. Now, the meaning of 7175, when you write it in the old Arabic-style numerals, it visually forms the Arabic word, pronounced VIVO or VIVO in Latin, meaning, I am alive. The message Sarah and her clan were screaming at the world, you buried us alive, but we're still here. So, how did you like the breakdown? If you enjoyed it, smash that like button and share the video. Grinning face with smiling eyes.